Now to the state of our state. Jobs, education, and courage were all part of Governor John Kasich's annual address. This year, a different backdrop for the speech. Instead of being inside the State House, legislators were on the road in Steubenville, Ohio. That's just about 3 hours outside of Cleveland. And that's where we find News Channel 5's John Kasich tonight. So, John, the governor said he had planned all year long to take today's address outside of the state capitol.
He did, Danita, and he took it to a spot about 30 miles down the Ohio River from McKees Rocks, Pennsylvania, the spot where he grew up. In this town of Steubenville, like McKees Rocks, he saw a dying steel town full of pride with a sense of hope, something that he really wanted to highlight. On the banks of the Ohio River, they gathered elected leaders from across Ohio for an unprecedented joint session of the legislature for the governor to present his State of the State. The address came in the auditorium of Wells Academy, the state's highest testing public elementary school, a rank achieved against great obstacles.
60% of the children in this school are economically disadvantaged. That's 15% above the statewide average, and yet they're number one.
The governor talked about Ohio's rise to become #1 in job creation among Midwest states and the jobs that stand to be created through the search for fuel in the Marcellus Shale deep beneath this Jefferson County community. However the state proceeds, he says, environment will come first.
That you need to have tough environmental rules. They can't be complicated, they can't be over the top, but we need to have them because we can't have some yahoo come into this state and damage this whole industry because they're irresponsible.
While talking about fracking, Kasich was interrupted by a number of hecklers.
I kind of enjoy all this. This is what it was like when I was growing up.
9 in all were escorted from the room. Kasich had no big fracking announcement, primarily, he says, not to build up too early expectations for the jobs it can create.
The people in the Mahoning Valley, the people in Steubenville, the people in southern Ohio, how many promises they've heard that have only been shattered, okay? So let's take our time. We've only had 36 wells drilled, but the good news is, looks pretty good.
And the governor making it clear he's not putting the cart before the horse when it comes to fracking. And the same holds true, he said, when it comes to the leasing of the turnpike. To the critics, he said, hold your horses, hold your criticism. They're waiting till all studies come back until they make a determination of what is best for the state. Reporting live in Steubenville, John Kasich, News Channel 5.
John, I understand the governor's speech lasted more than an hour, and he did it all off the cuff. There was no teleprompter, no notes.
And the governor, by his own admission, will admit that that can be a dangerous thing. But he said he enjoys doing it that way because it gets the sense, the emotion that he's feeling out across to the people.
All right. Thank you very much. John Kasich reporting live for us tonight. John also caught up with Armand Budish, the Democratic representative for Ohio's 8th District, to get the reaction from the other side for the State of the State.
Budish said he feels Kasich's taking too much credit for the positives in Ohio, especially for the state's job growth. We'll have much more of today's State of the State address tonight at 6, including Leon Bibb live with what people are telling him about their state and more on Cleveland's school reform proposal that the governor mentioned in today's speech.